What's up guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be swapping off the brake on the car. So currently I'm running the TT Supra brake setup on the front, NA setup on the rear because the car originally is an NA car. So as you can see, these are the original TT caliper for the twin turbo Supra. Nothing special, just rotor and caliper and brake pad. Obviously that all goes together. I'm going to swap that off for these bad boys over here. So what I have here are the 2014 Cadillac CTS-V calipers, and I painted these orange. I have stickers that I'll put on once I'm done installing it. And as you can see, those things are massive. And when I remove the old one, or actually, let me take that over here and show you in comparison what they look like. You can see top to top and all the way down, it's significantly bigger. And there's 6 pistons, as you can see. And then I have the rotor, which is from a 2014 Lexus ISF. I'm gonna need brackets to install these because the caliper itself doesn't fit 100% to the car without some type of adaptation. So these right here are the caliper adapters that will allow me to bolt this to the car and then this to the caliper, to the bracket. And that's how it all goes together. So these I got from Auto Sports Engineering down in Florida. Shout out to Tony. And it also comes with the hardware. So it comes with the bolts, some washers, locking washers. And also I'm gonna put Loctite on these. And then over here, I have the brackets and pins for the brake caliper to install the brake pads. So we got everything sorted out, so let's get into it. This is pretty standard stuff here. I'm not sure of the sizes that I'll need for the tools just yet, but I'll talk through them once I figure it out. So in order to remove this stuff right here, you want to remove this pin, slide that out, and then you got to pop these two out, and then that'll allow you to remove the anti-rattle pin. And then the brake caliper should slide right out like so. To undo that bolt right here that holds it, the brake line to the caliper, I'm gonna break it loose now so that when I get ready to do it later, it's already loose and it's not gonna be hard to do because it's off the car. So that's done. And then to remove the actual caliper from the bracket, I think that's a 17. I'm gonna verify real quick. 100% is 17. I'm just gonna crack this one loose. That's 2. And it comes right off. Now, my line is long enough so I am actually just sitting in that plate. That's a random plate I have in the garage. I was gonna throw it out, so now it's coming in clutch. So that's basically, that's it. That's removing the caliper from the car. Now, the rotor should pop right off. Just like that. You can see just how much bigger this new one is compared to that one. There's like an overlap of about an inch or so, give or take, the difference in diameter between this one right here and the other one. You know, I have to remove this dust shield because the rotor is gonna sit up against it because it's significantly bigger than the one I just removed. So in order to take this off, I'm gonna undo this 10 mil, 2, 3, and there's another one over here. Four bolts, and then I have to chop this right here, like cut this off and cut that off in order to pull it off of the hub. So I got my iPro protection, I got my gloves, and in my head I'm singing a song, and that's my hearing protection. So let's go. Now you can see it's completely rusted back here. So what I am gonna do, I am going to use my wire brush, brush that off a little bit, and just touch it up with some black paint. And man, deep in my archives of stuff, I found some wire brushes that I have left over from Japan. So coming in clutch right now. Now I'm gonna hit that with some brake cleaner. In the meantime, I'm gonna hop over to the other side of the car, remove the whole thing. I'm not gonna record that because it's literally the same thing I just did, except on the other side. Once this is dry, then I'll come back over here and I'll pick it up from here. All right, guys, so I did a mock-up fitting here, and I have the bracket. It's not all the way on. I'll show you how to put that on here in a second, but essentially this is what it's gonna look like. However, if you look down here, you can see this hole doesn't line up. It doesn't make it all the way to go to here, which is where the bolt needs to go through from the backside, coming this way, right? So in order to do that, you notice right here, this part of the original hub assembly is touching the caliper itself. So you got to make a mark right about there to right about here. And then I'm gonna have to go cut that out, essentially allowing the caliper to swing this way some more, so this hole will then line up with that hole. So that's the fabrication you have to do to make this setup work. Okay, so I've been gone for a minute. I had to change clothes because when I grinded those calipers, a bunch of shaving got onto my shirt, man. It was horrible. But I got a caliper to fit, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and secure the bracket. So put a little bit of red tide, Loctite on this bad boy here. And unfortunately, these didn't come with torque specs, but I looked up online, and I want to say 55 foot-pounds is what's recommended for these. So I'm gonna tighten them up to 55 foot-pounds. The size for this is a 10 hex. Okay, so next is the caliper, but before the rotor. But before I put it on, I'm going to clean it off with some brake cleaner, because whatever they put on it, it made the plastic bag stick to it. And I'm going to use one of these wheel lugs to hold it in place. Okay, so here's where I grinded out the spot that I needed to. And now I gotta reach back in there and thread the bolts. But these ones are much bigger. Also gonna put red Loctite on these, because this is the one that's holding the bracket, the caliper onto the bracket. And how do you know which one goes on which side? The bleed nipple should be facing up. So that's how you know which caliper goes on which side of the car. Now these bolts are 12 hex. So I'm gonna crank these to 70 foot-pounds. So now I got that out of the way. Now it's time to hurry up and switch over from the stock calipers with the brake line into this puppy here. Okay, so I got the bracket on, I have the caliper tightened down, all is good. Now it's just time to install these brake pads. So put that over here so you can see a little bit better what's going on. Okay, so just about where the 6 pistons will come out and strike the back of the pads right here, I'm just gonna dab a little bit of grease. So that'll prevent the little shim from rattling against the pistons, and also prevent them from locking up and seizing up together. So take this one and slide it in like so. Then I'll grab the other one and slide it in like that. And then I gotta figure out the pin system. So because all the paint is in the hole, the pin doesn't want to fit. So you gotta tap it in with something. You put the first one in, the orientation is this way. So this is gonna press down on the pads and keep them firm so they don't rattle. And once you have it nice and good, you're gonna push this all the way in, and then this one comes behind there and holds that in place. Then you can go ahead and drive it in. And then finally, you take this puppy here with the bolt on the back end, and that goes through here. So after a couple hours, here's the end result. Now, it did take a little longer than I wanted because I had to touch up paint the area that I grinded, but that's the final finish. I got a little sticker on there as well, and I got these on Amazon in a pack of like 18 or 20, because just so I can make sure it's covered and it doesn't get no leaks or residue come out. And I also hit the paint right here, chipped it off a little bit, a little piece right here as well, but it's not that big a deal. I'll just touch that up. But again, here's the final finish. I'm gonna throw the wheels on and then put the car down and do a walk around. Yeah, here's a finished product. Thanks for tuning in and watching this quick video of me changing the brakes on the car. I think it looks pretty damn good. And I didn't go driving because the kids are out there playing, and but I'll test it out some other time. But for now, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. I'm out.